I want to just take a few minutes to talk about the properties of a circle. This won't take long. Mainly you have to have the center. The first term we're going to talk about is the radius. We are familiar with radius. Radius is the measure from the center of the circle to any point on the outside. So, this is a radius. Okay, let's say it's 4. So from here to the outside, anywhere in this circle will always be the same distance. This piece is 4. This piece is 4. This piece is 4. This piece is 4. This piece, this piece, this piece, this piece, all are 4. And we also know that whatever the radius is, it's half of what the whole way across is. So we'll get to it's halfway the diameter. So we'll get to the diameter next. So if it's 4 halfway, what does it have to be for the diameter? It has to be 8. That's the radius. The next term is a chord, commonly missaid as chord. It's not a chord, it's a chord, and not an A or a G minor chord on the guitar. What we want to do is explore this real quick. The definition is it's a segment that has its endpoints on the circle. It doesn't say where, and it doesn't matter. So, here's my circle. Put an endpoint on the circle. Put the other endpoint anywhere on the circle. Connect them. This is a chord. 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 It's also allowed to go through the center. So if I start at one side, go straight through the center, that also is a chord. As long as its endpoints touch this circle, it doesn't matter where. This is a chord. This is a chord. This is a chord. This is a chord. This is a chord, as long as its endpoints are on the circle. The last term is the diameter. We know the diameter is the distance across a circle. Technically, its definition is it's a chord. Why is it a chord? Because where are its endpoints? That's right, they're on the circle. The difference between this, why it's not just a regular chord, is it's a special chord. It is special because it also includes the center. So in order to draw a diameter, it's a chord that must touch the ends of a circle. Its endpoints must be on the circle, but it also must go through the center. So you have to line this up. This is a diameter. Why? Because it goes through the center. This also can be called what? That's right, it's a chord. So if you got a picture like this and it said, name the chord, well, this is the chord they're talking about. It is a diameter, but it is also technically a chord. Also remember that the diameter is double what the radius. So if I had a diameter of 8, what would the radius be? The radius would be only from the center to the outside, so the radius would be 4. Again, radius can be anywhere in the circle. 4, 4, 4, 4. Diameter can be anywhere in the circle. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, as long as it goes through the center. The last concept of a circle is what can you count about a circle? We can count the radius, we can count the diameter, but you can also count the area. We've done enough area by now, and you've already done this calculation on your area packet. Area is the number of squares it takes to cover this. Area is squares. What is the formula? A equals pi times r to the second. Okay? You have to know what the radius is. Let's say the radius is 10. So I would take my formula. Pi is 3.14 times r squared, 10 squared. Exponents comes first. 3.14 times 100 3.14 times 100, moves it twice right, 314. Label is, that's how many squares it takes to cover this. I'm going to come back to this word in a second because it's going to become important to help us keep things straight. Area, we've done it. Circumference is another word for the perimeter. It's distance around. Perimeter. Why is it different? Well, because it's a circle. Would you ever try to measure the distance around with a ruler? Okay, let's see. Well, I'm going to keep turning my ruler. Okay, hold on. Keep turning my ruler. Keep turning my ruler. Keep turning. Keep turning. Keep turning. Keep turning. Keep turning. 29 inches. That's what the circumference is. That's the distance around. There's a problem with this because you can't bend it. If you bend it too far, it's going to crack. So what is the formula? C equals circumference, distance around, equals 2 times pi times r. Now I want you to look at this. What does this formula have in it? What does this formula have in it? Do they both have a 2? Yes. Do they both have a pi? Yes. Do they both have an r? Yes. How do you tell which is which? How do you say r to the second differently? What's the other way to say r to the second? How about r squared? Right? When I find area, what's my label? Squares. So if you're looking for squares or area, you should know that you want the 2 to be the squared 2. If you don't want area, then you don't want the squared 2. Squares, squared. Squares, squared. No squares. I'm not counting squares. I'm counting distance around. So let's say the diameter is 20. C equals 2 times pi, 3.14 times radius, 20. No. What do I put in for 20? How about 10? C equals 2 times 3.14 times 10. 6, 2, 8. Move my decimal once, 62.8. What is my label? Distance around is feet, inches, meters, miles, hectometers, feet, yards, I don't care. Circumference, distance around. That's it for circles, those 5 things. Radius, chord, diameter, area, circumference.